Now, Shaun, it's interesting that you referenced Dan Burn there as a local hero because St James's Park was in a brilliant mood last night, but there were a few questions about the pre-match music following the theme of recent games, Local Hero, which of course is usually played as the players make their way out onto the pitch. Well, that was played way before kick-off. Before the Fulham game in the Premier League, no music was played at all, which might have been a technical fault. But are we seeing the traditional Local Hero being phased out or changed around? Now, Shaun...
It was back last night. I noticed it was back.
Mm-hmm. But when was it played?
It was 2 songs before kick-off, I think. I was waiting to see if it was back. I never want to see the end of Local Hero. Local Hero is the ultimate song for me at Newcastle. It's Gaza. It represents everything we're about. And it's like Everton if you scrap Z cars or whatever.
It's just bizarre.
You can't lose
Everton if you got rid of the booze.
I think last night when Local Hero, Bladen Races has now become the last one, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Before.
What do you think of that?
Well, we've always done a bit of Bladen Races, but it has suddenly become the thing right before kick-off. I don't mind us throwing Bladen Races in. I mean, I really don't. But Local Hero just feels it gets the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, doesn't it?
We were saying before, it's vitally important, the running order of these songs, because you've got loads of like blokes in their 50s, 60s and 70s in the Leazes end. They know when to stop drinking their pint and go to the seat based on what's... we better go on, Danny, we better go on.
Local Hero comes to an absolute crescendo as we go to kick off.
It does.
Exactly. And I think it'd be desperately sad if we lost that. I don't know who's decided to do this, to knock it down the order, or as you say, get rid of it.
And that's actually a good point, though, isn't it? Because it seems like they may be experimenting a bit, but that's the kind of thing that maybe firstly they should consult the fans on, and secondly get their opinion on.
Fiddling's sake.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Literally, leave it alone. Well, why would you change the order of it? What's the point? Like, we've all had this way of it. It goes, you need the Bladen Race as well. That's brilliant. Love that. But Local Hero... it's the song that we come out to. It's the one that gets everyone going. Just leave it as that. Genuinely, I hate when clubs do this, meddling around with things like that and changing the badge, whatever, like nonsense like that. Leave it alone. It's great. Honestly, doesn't need to be changed. Yeah, it's fine as it is.
The only thing I can think that they're trying to do, and no, I'm not saying I agree with this, by the way, is that they're trying to get a song before kick-off that everyone's singing, so it gets the atmosphere up. Yeah. That's the only reason why I could imagine that they're swapping it round, but Adam, I still don't quite agree with that. Because like we've just said, it's tradition.
Scandal. Yeah. Scandal.
Yeah.
I can only presume. I mean, it may be a technical fault. Was that one of the options we had?
Maybe for Fulham, because there was no music. I don't think they even played the Premier League.
Look, we've all gone out for a run and accidentally stick the playlist on shuffle. You know what I mean? Maybe this is just somebody in the box has not quite got the order right.
Yeah. The other thing that's quite interesting is Hey Jude, because that splits opinion a bit.
I know. I'm not.
You're not a fan?
It's not for me.
Not a fan.
No, is that because it's too, Brentford are the kind of club that I would associate with Hey Jude, mate?
Feel like a local thing for me.
No, I quite like Na 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 Geordie.
I do like
Something so beautifully simple about
that. But not as almost a theme tune now. It's becoming, we're playing it at the end of games, aren't we? It's pretty strong.
We don't need that at the end of games.
I think it does wind a lot of people up, though, because it's like, that's the Beatles and other clubs have it. And when we do it, it does seem to sort of like just get people's backs up ever so slightly, and it's simple.
Yeah. So we're all agreed, don't change it.
Keep
Local Hero.
Don't change anything ever. Everything's great just the way it is.
Don't leave the ground. Yeah, brilliant. Well, hope that the club are watching that, because we are the unanimous panel.
Of course we are,
yes.
That Local Hero should stay. Next up, football-wise, we are heading to the capital to meet West Ham United, which on paper at the moment, Jack, feels like quite a plum fixture because of West Ham's home form, which is absolutely dreadful. But Newcastle's away form is not great. They last won at the start of April away at Leicester. Yeah. So it does feel like a chance to get that away form back and kick on from there.
Yeah, so if West Ham lost half their games at home, I think the London Stadium is a place that has become a bit like St James's Park under Mike Ashley, whereby it's extremely toxic, and if you get an opening goal, the fans are going to probably turn on the team because of the disconnect between the club and the fans. Not necessarily the players on the pitch, really. It's more sort of the wider state of the club. Newcastle, the London Stadium also is a dreadful place to watch and play football. Like, as a fan, the experience there is terrible. I'm
bring your binoculars.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
awful.
I've got I'm not surprised why West Ham fans absolutely hate it. In the away end, you can barely say anything. So there's that point. I think Newcastle need to sort the away format in the league, obviously. And that's probably the only question mark so far over the team. What we'll say is the away games so far this season, bar maybe Brighton, but even in the second half, I thought Newcastle did more than enough to warrant taking something from the game. You know, the first game, 0-0 draw against Villa, you know, they're down to 10 men, but we didn't have, again, those first 3 games, we didn't have those first 2 away games, we didn't have a striker. And Asula played, and Asula's improved massively since that game against Leeds, by the way, but against Leeds, he was pretty poor. I think Newcastle go to West Ham, feels like one of those matches where we get an early goal, and then from there, it should hopefully be a quite professional performance whereby the West Ham fans probably turn quite quickly on their players. Obviously, West Ham have been picking some weird teams at the moment. I don't know what Nuno's doing. Strange selections. You'd think that might change. They might get back to the normal selection of playing an actual striker and maybe fullbacks on the right side. So that you're expecting that to be a little bit better. But Newcastle have won 5 of the last 6 now. It feels like it is just starting to get into gear. And this is a game where if you win this, you go on 15 points. Could be level of points to Liverpool because they're playing Aston Villa at home on Saturday night. So they could lose that. Newcastle could be level on points to Liverpool.
Amazing.
So I feel confident about it.
I don't think we should criticise where we put away fans, actually, when you look at our place. Believe me.
I'm not criticising where we put them. I'm doing a state.
You get a great view when I was here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think
you can see all the Newcastle. It's brilliant.
We've actually had some, last season we were talking before the programme started about how we won there last season, but we weren't in great form, didn't play that well, made us a bit worried for the Carabao Cup.
It was the game before the Cup final, wasn't it?
Before the Cup final, so we were a bit apprehensive, but actually we turned it on in the Carabao Cup final. We had the great comeback win, was it that season before that?
Harvey Barnes scored twice.
They brought Calvin Phillips on and
they
lost. We've done okay there, and
beat them
I'm with you. It's not going to be a good atmosphere there for West Ham. They first 5 minutes they'll let it go, but after that, if they're not playing well, they'll be on there.
I was chatting to a West Ham fan the other day, and he just said, all I look forward to is the away games now, because it has been so toxic. They've had 2 wins there in the entire calendar year.
That is actually
so. Of course,
Not even Beyonce.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you look forward to that.
Crystal Palace have won them more, I think.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Wow.
So it's going to be a Callum Wilson late winner, isn't it?
I think I could have. You're right. I could have researched this before I started opening my mouth, but I'm pretty sure West Ham have the worst record from defending set pieces or corners this season, and we've got possibly the biggest squad in the Premier League.
They've conceded 9. And
that's so many.
That's
so many in
I think the record's 16.
Including Chelsea as well. Chelsea aren't the biggest side as well. They considered Chelsea's.
I think a lot of the season actually can come down to when you play teams. Like you see, teams who go through a really bad run, they're absolutely in the toilet, then they change the manager and they go. And if you end up playing them during the new manager bounce, that's a bit of that's bad luck. I always think. And we always tend to get teams right after they've made that managerial change. Now, obviously, they have made that managerial change, but it hasn't made a blind bit of difference, really. They still look like they've got all the same vulnerabilities they had under Graham Potter. So I actually think this is, the away form hasn't been great. The performances have been good, but you want the results. I think this could not be working out better for us at the minute. It's one of the you would pick to go there out of all the away games you could possibly have.
All right, let's get some predictions then. Sean, what do you think for the game against West Ham?
Oh, comfortable.
Comfortable then?
2-0, maybe. Feel very confident after the last week with that.
Yeah. Jack?
I'll go 3-1. I'm going for Ramsey's first Newcastle goal.
Okay.
I'm going to say 1-0. And that's enough. That's fine. 1-0
is fine. That is fine.
I'll go 5-0, why not?
Yes!
That's all we've got time for on this week's Inside the Toon. Big thanks to Sean, Jack and Adam. Make sure you join us again next time. You'll find us on the talkSPORT and talkSPORT Newcastle YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe.